All right, it says we are live. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Grim
How we doing
Survival.
today?
I don't know. I feel like I'm about to get a ticket.
Yeah, can I please have your license, insurance, and registration, sir?
No, I feel like I'm not complying. Oh, I got a
Yeah,
minute.
can I
Hang on.
please have your license?
Oh,
Just a
let's see
second,
why
man. Hey,
I'm-
I can't keep this on forever, man. My head gets too hot.
But it's a nice hat. You got to tell
My
everybody
head
about
gets
the
too hot,
hat.
man.
Yeah, I'm trying to mute this tablet here because I'm using it for. There we go. Mute the tablet and refresh everything here. My electronics are going stupid today.
Can everyone see us? Hey, give us a number 1 if you can see us all right.
Oh yeah, I hope they can see. Let's hope YouTube doesn't shut down. Keep Victor away.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm trying to aim this right.
Yeah, I like that hat. You're gonna have to tell everybody where you got that hat. There's a story behind that. There really is.
Yeah, there is. There's a story behind that.
Hey, look at that. I got my first super chat and it was from you. My very first super chat right
I
there.
told you your first super chat would be from Alaska Prepper.
All right. Well, you did it. That's right. My channel has been monetized as of today. I found out when I got off the first day of work, and yeah, we are monetized now. And I got my very first super chat. I even have to read it. It says, "Told you I'd be your first super chat from Alaska Prepper." Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I don't know how super chats work, but yeah. Oh,
this one.
I've always waited for him to go AFK while he's live. I want to jump in his chair every time he does it.
Second, my daughter's requesting a lot from me.
Uh-oh. M&M's probably.
There you go.
I hope everybody's seen your video earlier today with the M&Ms. Now we got to know how you're hiding those.
Oh, nobody knows where those are at. That's a test, man. That is an experiment we're doing that's going to last 5 years.
Yeah. Not
Maybe
until
6.
when Victor gets in the house. It's not going to last 5 years.
No, he doesn't know where those are at.
I assume he's at work today, not available for the live stream.
He just left for work about 15 minutes ago, maybe.
Yeah, I seen a lot of people in the comments asking about him, so we were hoping he would be here just for the entertainment value. So yeah.
Why do you think I told you let's do this on Tuesday instead of Wednesday?
Yeah, so that I could get like 100,000 dislikes or something like that.
Do you really like dislikes that much, Grim?
No, as far as I can tell, they do the same thing as the likes. They really do add to the algorithm the same way. You know how YouTube is. They don't care. They just like people to click buttons. So. Oh, so I watched your video earlier, and I seen the experiment with the M&Ms and the crackers, and crackers look really good.
Came out great. I was very excited about those crackers because I really didn't think that they would do that well. But I'll tell you what, they're like they just came out of the box.
So I did an experiment and a review of a product because I actually have a web store, and I did a review of this product, and I've been requested to show it several times on video to make sure it's holding up. So this is one of those vacuum seal bags, reusable, and this is the pump it comes with. So you vacuum seal it with that. Well, here you go, with that little valve there and this pump. And I've got coffee beans in here, and I've done this. Well, it was a little over a week ago, maybe 2 weeks at this point, and it's still completely solid, completely vacuum sealed. So that is working really well, and I'm very impressed. I got like 20 of these bags. So
you say you got those in your store. There's a link in the description.
Yeah, the link is in the description for my store. It's grimsurvival.store, and that's how you know what.
I think those are great for having like not for long-term storage, but for like coffee beans that you can take out and read. That way you don't have to take out your vacuum sealer all the time.
Exactly. See, I can take some beans out of here and I can just suck the air right back out of it. So it'd be good for.
Oh, hey, Grim. Hey, Grim, you got some super chats. You might wanna answer those.
Well, all right, Estella. She says it's great to see you both. And who else do we got here? Diane DJ, congratulations. Thank you very much for the super chats. I got super chats now. I'm assuming YouTube takes a really big cut out of that. I don't know how that works, though. So.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Just accept it with gratitude and be thankful that you have good fans.
Yes, I thank you guys very much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, Colt 45 asked, Grim as in Reaper. No, that was my gamer name a long time ago, but my nickname comes from my last name, which I'm not really going to tell you guys, but it really does, and it's been a long-standing nickname, so that's how I became Grim, besides the fact that I'm a Grim kind of guy. Hey, look, Hoodow's in the house right there. I got
Hoodow, what's up? JT, how's everyone doing today? Hey, I get to misbehave. This is not my channel.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want on here. We don't care. Oh wait, no wait, I'm monetized. You can't say whatever you want no more.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me get out my list of words you're not allowed to say.
Oh yeah, go ahead. And that would be hilarious. We would get so many views for that right there.
Grim, it'll be so bad that they'll even take away your super chats.
I got a comment here. I got to scroll up. Trusting God First says, if Grim gets 100 from super chats, will AP wear his hat for the rest of the broadcast? That's the question right there.
Let's make it 150, and I'll put it on for the rest of the broadcast. Okay, right, ladies and gentlemen.
Leslie,
even though that hat makes my head really, really hot.
Yeah, this one actually really does make my head hot too. It's nice when it's cold outside. You wouldn't believe that. So
all right, let's hook Grim up.
That would be awesome. It really would. But I have a test for you because I know you like to do the test, the 5-year test and the things like that. You're always opening up food that you have stored from a long time ago to see how fresh it is, see if it's still edible. So I would like to challenge you to test out Twinkies to see if they really can last forever. So I have to do I got to challenge you to do Twinkies.
I already know that they cannot last forever.
What about if you vacuum seal them or put them in Mylar? Are you willing to try that?
Man, you know what, man? You're that's, man, I really want to think about that. Because those Twinkies, that filling, it's the filling that'll get you. Yeah, but I saw someone eat a Twinkie that was like 7 years old and they just about puked.
Yeah, I bet you.
What are you trying to do to me, Grim?
I just want to see if you can store it properly. That's all. I mean, you don't have to eat it yourself. Just make Victor test it for you. That's how I would
Grim,
do
there are some things you cannot store for long term, all right?
Well, it was worth the try. But Twinkies, yeah. They tried to discontinue Twinkies a long time ago, and it didn't work.
Yeah, a couple, what, about 3 years ago or so? Something like that, 4 years ago?
Yeah, I think somebody else bought the recipe or something like that. But, yeah, Twinkies, it would be an awesome test, I think. So another question I have for you here is, from your homemade preps, have you ever made homemade pizza? From your preps, you know, pantry. Yeah.
Pizza. I mean, that's easy. That's just flour, yeast, a little salt, a little sugar, water, and then cheese. Yeah.
You had that mozzarella you stored. Said it came back pretty good.
Yeah, and I've got that Oxen Farms tomato powder. Now, I have never made homemade pizza from strictly like pantry preps, like the tomato powder and like my shredded mozzarella and stuff like that. But that's why I store those items. That way, if they were able to become unavailable, I know that I can still make it. I'm very confident that I can make a very good homemade pizza with those, you know, preps that I have stored away.
I used to eat lots of pepperoni. Pepperoni pizzas were my thing. I went to a Chicago pizza place, I don't know, it's been about a month ago, and they had a beef meatball pizza that I tried. It was really good, actually. It was Chicago style. You ever had a Chicago deep dish pizza? I mean, it was deep dish pizza. It was like
very
incredible. Good. Yeah, it was really
I love
good.
Pizza, man. It doesn't matter what kind it is.
Oh yeah, I like some pizza too. Yeah, gotta have pizza. So today was my first day at work. It really was. I survived.
How did that go for you? How'd that go for you, Grim?
Well, I have a lot of video clips I'm going to put up. There'll be tomorrow morning where you'll see the biggest part. I lost several, a couple of the opening videos I recorded because my phone was not cooperating with me. Slick Splinter, I know him. He's a friend of mine, and he says, Steve 1989 ate a Twinkie from 1956 ration, and it was I keep losing the comment here. It was mostly, and I do mean mostly, fine. The cream filling turned to a marshmallow inside, but it was edible, he says. So yeah,
I'll tell you what, I think that Steve 1989, I think he's an alien, because that guy must have a stomach of steel. I've seen a whole bunch of his videos, you know, and he's a really good guy too. I really like that guy. He's a really good guy.
I've never heard of that channel. I'm going to have to check it out now.
Yeah, Steve 1989, and he reviews just about every single MRE you could ever think of from any country you can think of. He's reviewed.
Well, we got to see some World War II spam then, because, you know, that's where it got started, that spam. It really took off in World War II because it was rationed to the soldiers and they were passing it out overseas and stuff. So, yeah.
Stop talking about spam, Grim. You're making me hungry.
I tried turkey spam.
Oh, I like every kind of spam, except for some of the flavor ones. Some of the flavor ones I could do without, but some of them are pretty good.
So Sean asked what kind of truck I'm driving. They put me in a manual 8-speed Kenworth. It's big, it's red, it's a triaxle. And yeah, I was running dirt all day long. I tried to give a tour of my truck, but that was one of the videos I lost. So yeah, I'll have some more videos up of some of what I was doing for my first day. It'll be up tomorrow morning because I was editing it as we went live here. So I'll get back to that here in a little while. If I don't pass out first, because I was up at 5:30 this morning. It's now 8 p.m. And yeah, I'm tired. I didn't sleep much last night either. So yeah, it's a long day. Really is. I didn't get pulled over though. So that's good. I didn't get pulled over until I went live right here. Then I got my first ticket right there. All right. So one question I have, it's a personal question I've always wondered ever since Victor came on your channel and we've been hearing Victor is, can you also do a Russian accent? And if so, would you be willing to?
Grim, you've been watching my channel. You've been watching my videos long enough to know that I am a very boring person.
You're not boring. You're not boring.
My wife is right here, and she will attest to that. I am a very boring person.
Well, maybe she come on camera and show herself and tell us how boring you are.
As soon as you said that, she's like, "No way."
Not happening. Disabled and Prepping is in the house. That's a good channel you guys should check out. Also, Homestead Oz, they're my friends. I love that channel over there. I definitely recommend it. So, I got to give credit where credit is due, give plugs to people that I like, because, I got to thank you also, because without all the support you've given me, my channel probably would have never got monetized because I'm so boring. So, yeah. Also,
come on, Grim. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, let's hit the thumbs up for Grim. Let's see if we can at least get over 100.
Oh, we're already at 67 thumbs up right now.
Job.
That's amazing. I think the highest likes I've ever got on a video was a little over 200, and that video was like a year ago. So yeah, Christina is in the house. Another great channel I like. It's also a moderator. See, we got the Troll Patrol in the house. A couple of days, what was it, about a week ago, I did a live stream and I had my very first troll. Was like, talking bad in my chat.
You made it, man. You made it.
That's what I said. I was happy to have a troll, but
I remember my very first troll, Grim. He called me a fatty.
Did he really?
I think Hoot Out took care of that guy though.
Yeah. So ever since that day, all the moderators in my channel have gotten the nickname the Troll Patrol, because one of the subscribers here made that comment and it's just stuck. So yeah, we got Troll Patrol in the house now. So hey, there's Josh Connor. He's definitely one of my favorite moderators. One of my favorite. He gets them. He gets them quick. He's on it. He's on point. All right, so I had a controversial video I did. It was when I stored flour in a bucket. A lot of people had different opinions about putting oxygen absorbers in the flour. And I know I talked to you about it on the phone. So if you wouldn't mind, explain your thoughts on that to the people here. So that would be awesome.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know me, I don't tell you what to do. I tell you what I've done and whether or not it's worked for me, right? And for an example, one of the things that didn't work for me, which didn't end out being, too bad, was that pancake mix that I put away. And a couple years later, the leavening in it gassed off and it pretty much popped the lid off the thing, right? I showed that to you guys, but then I also showed you that it was still safe to eat as I did so in front of the camera. Now, with flour, I can tell you a couple of things with flour. I've put flour away for more than 5 years in a Ziploc bag with no oxygen absorber, nothing, and just put it in my pantry and kept it in a cool, dry place away from the sun. That flour, there was absolutely nothing wrong with it. I've stored flour away with oxygen absorbers before. Yeah. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. Now, do I recommend that you put away flour? Yes and no. Yes and no. Okay, the best thing to put away so that you can source flour in the case that it becomes unavailable, in my opinion, would be wheat berries. However, you're going to have a manual and or an electric grinder, preferably one of these, right? Preferably an electric one to make your life easy when we have power. And if we lose power, have a manual one as a backup.
Yeah, the manual ones are hard. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it takes a little bit of time. So preferably, that's the best way to store away flour is in the form of wheat berries. Another reason is because flour, being that it's much smaller particles than wheat berries, they tend to have, or not, they don't tend to have, they do have a lot more surface area to absorb oxygen, which deteriorates the flower, right?
Yeah.
If you put oxygen absorbers in there, whenever I do flower, I try to double up on my oxygen absorber. Try to put twice as much in there as what you're supposed to. For example, if you put away a 5-gallon bucket of flour, or 5 gallons is usually a 2000 cc oxygen absorber. That's what you want to use for 5 gallons. The rule of thumb for oxygen absorbers is 400 cc's for every gallon. So instead of putting 500 cc, instead of putting 2000 cc's in there, I put 4000, for the mere fact that flour has a lot more surface area than wheat berries. Okay, I've never had any problems with that. Some people, I think you told me, some people were saying that you can get botulism,
something like that. I mean, I can pull it up on my computer if you like, but yeah, it was some kind of something. It's
all right. So if it comes down to that, what is being claimed is that you can get botulism from putting an oxygen absorber inside of a flower container, then don't quote me on this, but I remember looking at this a while back. Some people say that botulism cannot be killed. I remember doing a little research on that, where it told me that if you heat up something that has botulism to 350 degrees for, I think it was like 6 minutes or 5 minutes, that it would kill the botulism. So what do most people use flour for? To make pastries, to make bread and things like that. And what's the average temperature of making bread? Usually around 350 to 425 degrees, right?
Yeah.
So like I said, I can't tell anyone what to do. All I can do is tell you what's worked for me and what's happened. As far as I'm concerned, personally, I have no problem, and I don't see any problem in storing away flour with an oxygen absorber.
And you're still alive.
That's the best answer I can give you on that one.
Yep, you're still alive. All right, I got a comment here from Sean. I'm gonna show it on the screen because I can do that. Can you see that on the screen?
I can see it. I'm gonna read it. How long to cook cold packed turkey in pints? So the rule of thumbs for pints, or for proteins in a pressure canner, for pints, you're gonna go 75 minutes. And of course, be sure that you read your manual so that you can use the proper weight setting for your altitude. Yep. Me personally, I always add 5 minutes to whatever the manual says. So whenever I do pints, I go 80 minutes. And whenever I do quarts, instead of going 90 minutes, I go 95 minutes. I like to add that extra 5-minute buffer in there just to make sure that it's good.
Yep.
And Sean, that's for any. Yeah, but Sean, that's for any protein. That's if you're cooking. That's if you're pressure canning turkey or beef or chicken or salmon or tuna or any type of protein like that. To include beef.
You gotta do it a little more pressure than normal for tomatoes, also because of something in the tomatoes. So yeah, something
what I do for pressure. Yeah, what I do for pressure is I always use 15 pounds.
Okay. So
where I'm at, I only need to use 10 pounds where I'm at, but I always use 15 pounds. What I do to mitigate any burping from the jars is that I don't take that weight off of the pressure canner until after it has naturally depressurized on its own. If it takes an hour, if it takes an hour and a half, I let it come down to 0 pressure before I remove that weight. But I always use 15 pounds because I feel it's the safest. Never had any problems either doing that.
Okay. So there you have it. So I've heard that there's a game people like to play. It's a drinking game for how many times you say ladies and gentlemen. Is that actually true?
Well, let's try it out. Do you got your whiskey with you?
No, I'm not breaking out the whiskey today. But we'll do that one day. I'll play that game while I'm watching one of your live streams. And
from what I understand, that's a game that people like to play.
Yeah.
You know what, Jim? The funny thing is I try to limit the number of times that I say ladies and gentlemen, but when I speak, ladies and gentlemen comes out naturally, and I'm not going to change the way I do it just because some people don't like to hear it. It's just the way I do it, and I can't help myself.
I got another super chat. Check that out. It's from, I'm going to say, I can't never remember how to pronounce your name. I know you're on my, you're commenting on my videos all the time, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it spelled? It's spelled
Elon Zoe.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm bad at pronouncing names. And he says, thanks, Grim, for continuing to spread the word and taking a stand against the tyranny. Yep. Yeah, that's my thing. But we're going to try to not talk politics or religion in this particular video. But yeah, we'll get back into that soon. Believe me, I'll be demonetized before you know it. So I've had all of my videos that I post any of the news videos where I actually show news clips, all of them were demonetized. Every single one of them.
Don't worry about it, Grim. Don't worry about it. Every single one of my live streams gets demonetized. I'm pretty sure yours will be getting demonetized too because I'm on it.
Yep, probably. All right,
So
I had to
all
put
right.
that super chat up on the screen because that one's more. You're kind of a super chat there because I think they're talking to you there. So I'll let
thank you, Unicorn. Thank you for that, Unicorn. You're very kind.
Thank you very much. We do appreciate that. All of us do. All right. So somebody had asked me to ask you because I had been posting, people to send me questions for you, and somebody had asked if you can reuse O2 absorbers, and I know the answer to this already, but I will let you take that question.
No, absolutely not. Never. Excuse me. I have something in my eye. Never reuse oxygen absorbers, even if you think they're okay. I wish I remember which video it was, but on a video that I think it's probably less than a month old, I actually took apart 2 oxygen absorbers, one that was no good and one that was fresh, to show you all how it looks like and what the difference is. And there's a very big difference. Oh, yeah. I would never use an oxygen absorber, especially if it's with something that I'm putting away for long term that I'm going to depend on in the future. So think about it this way. Let's say you have $5 worth of product that you're putting in a Mylar bag, right? And you're resealing it, or you're sealing it, and you're using an oxygen absorber in there. Yep. You're spending about anywhere, depending on the size of the absorber, you're spending between 7 cents to about 28 cents for an oxygen absorber. Do you want to save that 7 to 28 cents and risk losing the $5 or $10 of product you have on that bag? And in addition to that, maybe risk getting sick if you eat that in the future, and maybe something in there grew that you can't smell or taste. So absolutely not. Exactly. Never. Yep. Yeah.
All right, I got a question, or I got a comment here from Janie D. Says, Grim, you hit it big when you get AP. Well, not very many people know that we've done this before about a year ago. What was it, about December of 2019 we did this right here on Grim Survival. That video
I don't remember.
Yeah, I know you don't. Neither do I. I haven't watched it in a long time.
I know I did a live stream with you, and then you dropped off the planet for a little. You dropped off Planet YouTube for a little bit.
Yeah, I was gone for
it's been a while.
5 months. About 5 months I was gone. Yeah. All right. So Homestead Oz is in the house. I seen him make a comment. Definitely check out their channel. I really love watching their content. Although I haven't seen their last video, I have to go do that. Oh, Full of Hope just made a super chat. Grim, I've got your Christmas present ready to post. Okay,
man, Grim, I'm starting to get nervous with all these super chats.
Yeah, me too.
My head is going to get hot.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't been keeping track of anybody. How do you keep track of
good. Then I think you've only gotten like 3 super chats so far.
Okay, yeah, but I don't know how to keep track of it. So somebody want to tell me what we're up to, because I don't know.
Yeah, and mine doesn't count.
yeah, that does definitely counts. That was the first one. It has to count. So have you heard about any truck driver strikes in your area? That was another question I was told to ask you. So yeah.
No, I haven't. But then again, I don't really talk to anyone around here. I have a select group of friends, and that's pretty much where I keep it.
Oh, JT just made a super chat.
Thanks a lot, JT. There goes your Christmas present.
JT, you're done now. Yeah. So here's one more question I got from a subscriber to ask you is, what is your favorite chocolate and what is the best way to store chocolate chips?
I am going to go ahead and refer you to one of my old videos. I think is something like, what about the candy, or something like that, where I show you guys all of the chocolates that I have put away for long term and how I did it. However, an oxygen absorber is a beautiful thing because it does work on chocolate chips. I have a whole bunch of chocolate chips that I put away years ago. Yep. I have a bunch of chocolate chips that I put away years ago, to include regular milk chocolate chips and dark chocolate chips. Oxygen absorber, dry canned it, Still good. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. And my
What
favorite kind of chocolate is any chocolate at all.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to say. Yep. You love chocolate. See, I like white chocolate sometimes, but it's a little too sweet for me lately. It's just, I don't know, something about it lately. It just seems like it's too sweet. So, yeah,
I've
I'm going
never
back
found a
to
piece of chocolate that I didn't like.
I have actually. I don't really care for dark chocolate all that much. I really don't. Every now and then, but for the most part,
Let
no.
me go ahead and since you said dark chocolate, if you do want to store chocolate, the best chocolate to store is dark chocolate.
You can always
Just so
sweeten
you know.
it. You can
Well,
always
it's
sweeten.
because dark chocolate has less fat than the milk
Yeah,
chocolate.
definitely.
However, I have stored milk chocolate before for more than 5 years, and it was still good after 5 years.
All right. So, how many
However,
likes
if
I
you
got
want
to
to,
get ready to put the hat back on?
I was going to say, however, if you want to ensure that your chocolate is going to last you a really long time, go ahead and go with dark chocolate.
Yep, definitely dark chocolate. And it's the same thing with white rice versus the brown rice. The brown rice has so much oil in it that you're going to want to store the white rice because the brown rice has a better chance of going bad on you. So, yeah, definitely the same concept there with the fat content and the oil content in it. But yeah, how many likes do I got to get you to put that hat back on? How many?
I thought we settled on $150 in super chats.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if we're going to
You're
make that. We could
changing
probably get
are you
150
changing the
likes.
rules now? Are
I'm
you
taking
changing
100.
the rules now, Grim?
Just a little, because I think we're more likely to get 150 likes than we are to get $150. So yeah.
I mean, we can go with 200 likes.
Oh, 200 likes. We need more people. We only got 134 in the chat. Somebody share the
Well, it
video
looks
quick.
like it's working in my favor, that isn't it?
You really want to put the hat back. I don't know if I like that hat all of a sudden. You're trying to give me tickets and stuff. I mean, that's just not good. Not good at all. So yeah, my area of expertise obviously is trucks, and as far as I can tell, there is still a truck driver strike planned from the 26th through the 29th of this month. So basically through the Thanksgiving holiday. So yeah.
Hey, you know what? I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing, Grim.
Yeah.
I mean, how many truck drivers miss Thanksgiving with their family?
You know how many birthdays, Christmas, Thanksgiving I miss.
I think they ought to do that every year.
I agree.
Take a few days off where they can spend time with their families. We'll survive. It's 4 days.
It's 4 days. The grocery stores might not survive.
What's that?
Grocery stores might not survive. There's a lot of grocery stores that are currently operating on a 1-day basis now. They no longer have the 3-day cushion that they used to have because of all the food shortages that have been happening.
Well, it'll be a good learning experience
for a lot of people. Yep.
Yeah.
And they're going to learn.
I mean, honestly, I'm not trying to be facetious. Honestly, you know, I would rather the truck drivers take a few days off, all of them. You know, what's wrong with the truck drivers spending time with their family as well and enjoying the holiday as well? And if this year there's a little bit of mayhem because the stores don't get what they need for a couple of days, then we'll learn from it. And next year they'll learn to stock up beforehand. You know?
All right, I'm going to put Tracy's comment up on the screen for just a minute because I found that one. That's a good comment like that. I like this. So Tracy says, "Hi, Grim and Alaska Prepper. So many prepper lives right now. I choose you guys." So I appreciate that.
That's awesome. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you very
much.
I
know our independent have gone live. There's another one. I just subscribed to his channel last week and I can't remember his name all of a sudden because I haven't slept enough. Somebody tell me who else was live. I know there's been quite a lot of them. So I take it from your earlier comment that you don't really have any kind of like, because a lot of channels do the group thing, prepper groups, and you know, what do they call them, mags and things like that. No. Bear Nation on that. So I take it you're not involved in anything like that.
No, I'm not. You know, because you know, there's really not that many. I don't think there's any mags around this area. I know of one prepper group that probably they operate about 40 miles south of here.
Yeah,
I believe. And I've actually interacted with them via email a couple of times in the last year and a half or so. And all they really do is just meet up once a month. And to tell you the truth, if anything happens here, I'm not going to be meeting up with anyone 40 miles away from my house.
Yeah,
I'm pretty comfortable. You know, I'm pretty comfortable with where we live and with the neighbors that we have and with the friends that we have.
That's good. So, and I know most people in your area probably are somewhat of a prepper anyway, just because of the climate you live in and the type of area you live in. So I would assume
I would say that they're more self-reliant than the average person, because you have to have a backup. Here you have to have a backup, especially during the wintertime.
Definitely. Kim says I've had too much coffee, but I would just like you to know that I've only had 1 cup, and that was about 8 o'clock this morning. So that was around 12 hours ago. I did have some sweet tea probably about 2 hours ago with my dinner. So yeah, not nearly enough coffee. Yeah. What you got in the cup there?
Oh, just water.
Oh, just water. Yeah. I got one of those right here too. I always keep one handy. Yeah. I was thinking it was coffee. I was going to get jealous. I miss coffee. So yeah, I notice you always get a lot more likes and dislikes whenever Victor shows up. Why do you think you get so many dislikes when Victor shows up? Because I know most people.
I don't know. I think that some people do it just to have fun, which I honestly, it doesn't really bother me at all. It doesn't. I've learned that a dislike is just as good as a like, because at least someone's being honest with you, right? Yeah, and that's a good thing. But it doesn't really bother me at all, that I get more dislikes when Victor's there. I actually read a comment one of the times that Victor was on there. There seemed to be a gentleman on there that was actually genuinely ticked off that Victor kept interrupting, and I just thought it was hilarious. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of funny. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Not everyone's going to enjoy, the content that every YouTuber out there puts out. It's just, and you're not supposed to. It's like we don't have a perfect marriage with our YouTube audience, with our community members, and you're not supposed to. That's what makes it good. You're not supposed to agree with everything and like everything. I think that the bigger thing is that if you can look past some of the imperfections and try to capture the message in the background, I think that's the more important thing.
Oh, there's a lot of talk in the comments right now. Oh, I just lost my audio. Why is it I can't hear you all of a sudden? My computer's being stupid. Hang on, I'll reset. Can you still hear me? Because I cannot hear you all of a sudden.
I can hear you.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, for some, I bought this really cheap dollar store thing, and it already has a short in the wire, it sounds like. So maybe I should try the other side. Oh, well, it's working. Let's see. There's a lot of comments going on about the lockdowns that are happening in several different states. Have you guys ever been locked down up there? Did they lock you down earlier this year?
I mean, I guess you can call it, I guess you can call it a lockdown if a lockdown is when a restaurant can't serve dine-in and they can only serve curb or delivery. I guess if you want to call that a lockdown, then yeah. But other than that, I mean, all of the mom and pops that are, regular little businesses, let's say, for example, sporting stores, like we have a couple of mom and pop sporting stores here. Mm-hmm. They never really locked down. None of the big businesses, obviously, did not lock down. So to tell you the truth, there's not very much of a difference from everyday life to a lockdown here, as I have noticed.
It was very different in my area. I drove through Indianapolis a couple of times during the lockdown, and it was rush hour traffic hour, no traffic. It was thing. Walmart's parking lots were empty and everything. It was really odd. Wow. And I enjoyed driving during those times. I enjoyed it a lot. There was nobody else on the road. I had it all to myself. But now they're talking about enforcing it with I heard that they were going to enforce it with not only police, but also military personnel, which I didn't think was legal under the Constitution.
Well, I mean, what has the government done that's under the Constitution for the last 50 to 100 years?
Exactly.
Nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing surprises me anymore.
We are done. We are demonetized now, right?
No, we're still good. We're still good. We haven't said any. I've got my keywords right here in front of me.
Well, you got a list of keywords. Email that to me so I can have that in front of me too. I need that list.
I'm just kidding, man. Here's my keywords right here that I'm reading.
Oh, man, I really need that list. I really do. All right. Well, it looks like I've gone through most of my questions. So shall we take a few from the crowd here?
Anybody absolutely. Yeah.
I know, Sean, you were up in Canada during lockdown. Were you guys locked down up there? Yeah, he says he was locked down harder than most of us. Yeah, New
Yeah.
Zealand. I've heard a lot about that. I've heard a lot about what goes on in Australia of people being outright arrested for making Facebook posts. I mean,
yeah, it's too bad.
Insane. It's insane, the lockdowns. But what I was told was in February, they are planning on a full lockdown for everyone in the nation. So much for working. I just got this job too.
Yeah.
I'm going to try.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to make more videos.
You know, and the thing is that you know, the more that we take, the more they're gonna do.
Exactly.
So there's to it. You know, we can get into all the nitty gritties of all this stuff, and, you know, and we can get into all of the, you know, all of the reasons why we are where we are as a nation. You know, I don't really blame the average person, because for the last 2 or 3 generations, your average person really has just been trying to put food on the table. Exactly. And trying to keep their head above water. So, you know, if you go out there and you have a family and you're working 2 jobs and you come home, the last thing you want to do is keep up with politics, keep up with what congressman or what senator is voting what. All you care about is you get some rest so you can go to work again the next day so that you can feed your family. So little by little, and I think it's probably been done, you know, on purpose, but little by little, you know, our liberties are going to be taken away until one day, you know, that 3-cent tax on paper is just too much. And the people finally stand up and say no more. However, they've done a very good job at keeping us divided as a nation. So it may get a lot worse before it gets really bad, and then it gets better. So, you know, it's just a cycle. It's just a cycle, and it's happened before, and it's going to happen again. That's why I am such a big proponent of preparedness, because there's nothing that we can do to fight nature. We can try to fight nature all we want, but nature always wins. And human nature is nature. What we do is nature, because we are part of it. So it's a cycle that's going to end, just like every other cycle in the past has ended. We just have to be prepared so that we can make it to that other side and hopefully have a good start on the other side. How long will that take? I don't know. I thought that within my lifetime it would happen, and I hope it does. That way, you know, when I leave this earth, I know at least that I have a good conscience, knowing that my children will have a decent life. But I don't know. You know, all we can do is just keep preparing, stay prepared, and live your lives.
Yep. So I have a question here from Full of Hope I was saving. I'll pop it up on the screen because it probably scrolled up a long time ago. So there we go. That one's directed at you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm not as concerned about too many other people, because I know that during every other grand solar minimum, Alaska actually gets warmer a little bit. So, yeah, it does. Alaska actually is one of the few places that actually gets a little warmer, which in a way is not that great of a thing, because we have a lot of permafrost in Alaska. However, yes, the solar minimum, we've already entered into cycle 25. Yeah, we've already entered into cycle 25. And what people don't understand about the solar minimum is that they get fooled halfway through, because once cycle 25 is over, we'll get a little bit of a respite. Once 26, you know, at the top, we get a little bit of a respite when we get more solar activity. But then what they don't understand is that every other solar cycle after 25 will be lower than the one previous. So we're just going to continue to go on a downward hill until we spend about, I think this one is projected to be about 30 to 50 years long, where we have minimal sunspots and heavy cloud nucleation. So, yeah, that's going to be something that will affect us for the rest of our lives. We are going to have to learn how to grow food in a different manner than how we do it now. And what I think is that, we're probably going to turn into growing a lot of the foods indoors, you know, with the new technologies they have now with lighting and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. That's just what I think. But yeah, we're going to have to adjust and, you know, and do whatever it is that we have to do in order to continue to provide those calories that the world needs, because people don't understand how much energy the sun has. You know, think about it. The sun provides us with enough energy for us to grow more food than what we need to feed everyone in the world. Exactly. And that's going to go away. That's going to go away for about a 30 to 50 year period. It's probably not going to start for about another. The real bad part of the grand solar minimum is not going to start for about another 15 to 20 years.
Yep.
It's just going to get gradually worse for about the next 15 to 20 years. So that's why I say that food is going to continuously become more expensive, because it's going to be harder to grow and less of it is going to be available. So it's a fact. There's no way that food will not be more expensive as the years go on. Mm-hmm. Just that one factor of the grand solar minimum, not taking into consideration all of the other factors like natural storms, man-made disasters, and geopolitical events. So yeah, stack it to the rafters.
Exactly. And nobody should ever stop prepping, no matter what the circumstances. I mean, 7 years of good equals 7 years of bad. So you should always continue to prep, always. So Josh asked an interesting question. I'm trying to find it up here. I lost it. I'll pop it on the screen there. There, I found it. So yeah, that's a curiosity I have right there. You can read that. Wants to know how much
I think it was on yesterday's live stream that I was at. I was talking about this. In Alaska, you can actually survive on $15 an hour. If it's just you. I'm not talking about raising a family on $15 an hour. I'm talking like if it's one person working a $15 an hour job, you can actually survive. I believe that you can probably rent a 1-bedroom apartment around here for probably about $600 a month. Hey, babe, is that right? About how much? There you go. My wife just told me a 1-bedroom about between $700 and $900 a month.
See, in my area, one bedroom between
and that's not anything nice. That's not anything nice. That's just the bare minimums.
Yep. So I got another super chat here. I'm going to post it on the screen because I can. And it's those 10 steps. Says, hi, Grim. We need to find you more subscribers. I agree. And Rudy, you are just awesome. So much love. Yep. Where are we going to find them?
Thank you for that.
I think they're all over at Prepper Nurse One's live, Bear Independence live. Go over there and tell them to come over here. We'll find
That's right. They'll catch it on the rerun, man.
Oh yeah,
they'll catch it on the rerun.
After a commercial or two, right? Yeah, I couldn't believe it because I was told that it would take like 30 days or something to process the monetization, and then I got off of work today because I hit the hours, what was it, yesterday or the day before, and I went through the process, and then today I got off of work and I clicked the button and I had a lot of different stuff on the YouTube dashboard, as I'm sure you've seen before, but yeah, things I've never seen before. And then I started clicking on buttons because that's what I do. I click buttons. I'm like, ooh, what's that do? And yeah, that's how I learn. I click buttons. So, yeah, monetization. I can't actually believe it happened. And like I said, if it wasn't for all your support, I definitely wouldn't have gotten there.
Let's take a look here. You've got 1.67. So now that you're monetized, Grim, I think that YouTube will recommend your videos to more people now that you're monetized. Because for YouTube, it's all about the money for YouTube. So since you're monetized, they know that the more people that watch your videos will make them more money. For us, I'm not going to sit here and lie. Yeah, the money is nice, but the more when you're monetized, YouTube spreads the word more, and you get your message out to more people, right? So that's good.
That is a good thing. So I just got a text saying I'm on standby to work tomorrow. So meaning I may or may not work tomorrow. Life of a dump truck driver is you just never know when you're working from day to day when you drive dump trucks. So yeah, that's fun. So anything from YouTube definitely would help, just supplement the day's work.
I hope you do well.
Things like that. So yeah, it was
I said I hope you do well, but I really think you will do well. So
well, thank you. I appreciate that.
It'll be good.
Thank you very much. All right. So do you have are you aware of the trucking situation in your area? Like how often do the trucks come to your store? Do you see a lot of trucks come,
every day? Yeah, there's trucks backed up to the bay every single day.
Every day,
yeah. Every single day. Hey, just a second, Grim. I have to that's my one. Is Little Miss Alaska Prepper going with you or no? Oh, she's not? Okay.
See, this is why a room away from everybody. I'd have a cat here and another cat here and a dog nose over here. And yep. So I'd have like a baby running around yelling at me. I'd have kids bickering back and forth. Yeah, I got little ones. So you get to send yours off to work, and mine, yeah, I wish I could. They're too young to work. I tell them to go get jobs all the time, and they just give me a look like you're crazy. But yeah, I mean,
that's okay. Victor still gives me that same look.
Yeah, I bet. So I know how old Victor is. A lot of people don't. A lot of people guess my age a lot younger than I am, but my birthday's coming up in less than a month.
December 10th.
How did you know that?
Birthday's December 10th, right?
Yes, it is. How'd you remember that? You must be good at remembering numbers.
I don't forget birthdays.
Yep, December 10th. I was born 1981. Who wants to do the math on that?
Man, you are old, Grim.
Yeah, I'm getting up there. I'm already got a couple of gray ones right in here. I keep trying to pluck them out, but they keep coming back. And every time I pluck one, it's like I got two more. I mean,
don't do that, man. They just multiply.
Yeah,
just embrace it. Look, embrace it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, that's why I leave the hat on, because I haven't embraced that yet. So, yeah. We got to get that hat back on before we end the live stream at least one time.
Well, we're almost at 200 likes.
Yeah. Oh, are we really?
We're almost at 200 likes. Look at that. We only need 40 more.
Yeah, we need 40 more people though. So yeah. JT says I was born. ... Hey, look, people can do math here. Yes, I will be 39 years old in less than a month. And it doesn't bother me because I still feel like I'm 20-something years old. I still do all the same things I have always done. I'm still just as active. My left leg is kind of sore from pushing a 6-pound clutch all day long. But other than that, I'm good to go. So, yeah, I mean, my left leg is always a lot stronger than my right leg for some odd reason. I was going to find like a little clutch thing I could put under my desk for my right leg for when I'm not at work to try to even them out a little bit, because I walk a little lopsided now because of it. So people make I don't know if you've ever watched Family Guy, and it's a very vulgar episode of Family Guy, but people have told me that that's what my left leg is like. There's a certain episode where one of the characters has a really big arm on one side of his body. I'm not going to go into all that, but yeah. Then my left leg feels like that. It's like very sore today. So
your left leg is like a race car driver's left leg.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing, except for
all
my
ripped up, all the muscles are coming out of it.
Yeah, that's the way my left leg is. And I haven't driven a truck in it's been about a year now since I drove a truck, just about a year. So yeah, and I asked them for the manual. I don't want an automatic dump truck. Those things are not good for me personally. So I'm not riding the clutch. I'm driving it. Sean says stop riding the clutch, Grim. I'm driving. I had to drive through Indianapolis half the day. You know what kind of traffic is in Indianapolis? You stop and go. That's all I was doing all day long until I was driving through the creek. And you'll see that clip tomorrow when I get that video online, because I was driving through a creek at some point. It was quite an interesting day. I was hauling dirt all day long. That's all I did, dirt. And I hauled dirt. I hauled 8 loads of dirt in a 9.5-hour period, and I hauled these 8 loads to 5 different places, and they all came from the same pickup place. So that was very interesting experience.
Is it a 10-yard pickup? I mean, a 10-yard dump truck or a bigger one?
Yeah, it's a big one. It's a triaxle. I can hold a maximum of right about 20,000 pounds in my truck. So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a pretty good size. My one before a different dump truck company I worked for, I had a quad axle, and that one held about 24,000 pounds, if I remember correctly. And on average, a fully loaded semi truck, which I've driven plenty of, can weigh up to 80,000 pounds. So yeah, a fully loaded dump truck is probably about 65,000, something like that. So, yeah, they're heavy. So do not cut off semi trucks and dump trucks. It's a good way to have a very messy end. And yeah, I won't get any more vulgar than that. So I always try to do truck awareness, because a lot of people just don't know what truck drivers go through on a day-to-day basis. It's such a stressful job, for one. And there's so many things that can go wrong any given day. Your truck can break down, you can blow a tire, somebody does something incredibly stupid in front of you, and you end up smashing their car into tiny little pieces. And it's bad what can happen when you do bad things in front of a truck driver. Please don't. I mean, just give them space. That's all they want is just a little space. If you're behind a truck driver and he's slowing you down, wait, because he has things that he needs to do and he can't go any faster. It's not his fault he can't go any faster. You know how long it takes to get 80,000 pounds up to 55 mile an hour?
Yep.
It takes forever.
Never be in a hurry. Never be in a hurry, man. I'm never in a hurry when I'm driving.
No, you can't be, especially in your area, all that snow you drive in. So what is your current temperature right now?
Outside?
Yeah.
Oh, I would assume it's not that bad today. It's like 0, maybe. Well, it's nighttime now. I haven't looked at it in a while, but it's probably about -2, -5. That's really not bad. That's actually good.
Yeah, it's about 20 degrees out here. I think it's getting down to about 26 right now, and I think it's cold. Oh, look, I got another super chat. Let me see if I can actually pull it up on the screen. I'm seeing it on one screen. But, okay, there it is. It's laggy on this computer screen for some reason. Oh, well, they didn't say nothing. But thank you, Kim, for the super chat. Does anybody know if we've hit the mark yet? We need to get that hat back on.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think we have.
No, not yet. We needed to hit 150. We haven't got there yet.
Who's keeping track of this, Grim?
I don't know. I think I could pull it up on my dashboard, can't I? Can I do that? There's got to be a way to pull that up on my dashboard. I seen that button earlier for supers. Here we go. Yeah, look, I got all the numbers right there. I can do the math real quick.
Really?
Yeah, you wouldn't have known that. Let's see.
You're gonna have to teach me how to do that. I always lose the super chats, and sometimes I miss them.
Yeah, we haven't hit it yet. Nope, haven't hit it. Yeah, all you gotta do is get it. Yeah, I can see all the comments too on my because I got two screens up on my computer. Yeah, so you should definitely get a second.
After we're done here, you'll have to show me how to do that.
Yeah, I definitely will, because then you'll never miss a super chat ever again. That's for sure. Because I can see all the comments and everything. Yeah, as they came in. So that's pretty interesting. So yeah, I can walk you through that pretty easy. It's just 2 clicks. But yeah, I have 2 monitors hooked to this computer because I built my own computer. So yeah, 185 likes. That's what JT just said. So yeah, well, not just said. That's laggy. Wow, we're getting up there.
And we're running out of time too, Grim. It's already 51 minutes.
Got about 5 minutes.
We're running out of time. We're at 51 minutes.
So Prepper Nation will be live at 9 p.m. Highly recommend going over to Prepper Nation. He has an announcement to make because me and Prepper Nation are both going to be live together next week, and I'm going to let him tell you about it because we'll let him tell you about it. I will announce it after he does, so I'll let him do it first. So. Yep, but Prepper Nation's going to be right here on Grim Survival next week, and we'll talk about that. Yeah, that's going to be fun too.
Good guy right there.
Yeah, John's a really good guy. We've been emailing back and forth here and there. Yep. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. So we got about just a few more minutes left. If anybody has a quick question you'd like to ask, please do so now so we can toss it up on the screen.
Hey, Tracy, hello, Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
Little Miss Alaska Prepper is in her teens.
Really? Really? In the teens. So low teens or high teens?
In the low teens.
This thing keeps shorting out. There we go. We'll try that side. Low teens. Yeah, the oldest is 17 on my side over here, and we're teaching her how to drive. My wife does not like teaching her how to drive, so I keep making my wife do it. So, yeah. All right. Any more comments? We only got a couple minutes here. You got a comment. You better throw it up now.
Man, we're at 191 likes, Grim.
Oh, dang, I missed the chat.
Hello, Diana.
I meant to click that one too. There we go. Can you see that question on the screen right there from Sean?
Yes. What should I not pressure can? I've never thought about what you should not pressure can. I'm just interested in what I can pressure can and want to.
Like pressure canning versus water.
There's a whole bunch of what should you not pressure can that you can water bath?
Yeah, pretty much.
Is that what you think?
Yeah.
Well, anything that is acidic, for example, let's say you're making jams. That usually involves a lot of sugar and a lot of fruits, which are usually high in acid. And if they're not, the recipe should call for probably some citric acid.
Yeah.
So those are some of the things that you're going to water bath.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that is low acidic, for example, beans, proteins, and any combination of. So, for example, if you take an acidic ingredient like tomato sauce and you put meat in it, you have to pressure can it.
Oh yeah.
Now, if you're just making tomato sauce, you could probably get away with pressure canning it for a shorter amount of time, or some recipes may call for you to be able to just water bathe it, do a water bath. I know that some of the old timers do tomato sauce by just getting the tomato sauce really hot, putting them in the jar, and then just putting the lid on, and then turning them upside down, and that seals them and gets them good for about a year, right? But anything that's really acidic, you usually can get away with the water bathing. But don't take my word for it. What I recommend is this: get yourselves a canning book. The Ball Book of Canning is one of 2 canning books that I have. I forgot the name of the other one, but that tells you everything. That thing is like an encyclopedia. It tells you what you can't do, and how to stay safe. So that's what I would recommend. I think the Ball Book of Canning is like $17, and it's a book that you will reference back to for the rest of your life if you get one. So I think it's very well worth getting that book, or any other pressure canning book. Yeah.
So it's a very old cookbook my wife has, and I forget the name of it. I'm going to make a video about it, but it has pressure canning, water bath canning recipes. It has recipes for wild game, squirrel. I think it even had a recipe for a possum in there. I mean, it has everything. So Full of Hope said something a little while ago. I've left it up.
Yeah,
on the
we're
screen.
only 2 likes away. Man, look at that.
We need 2 more likes to get the hat back on. 2 minutes. Guys, come on, hurry up.
4 minutes left. Man.
We need likes. We need likes to get it.
Don't you have a second account, Grim?
Oh, you're right. Matter of fact,
oh my goodness. There you go. 2.
We got to get that hat back on. Isn't your hat on backwards?
Right, ladies and gentlemen.
Hat's on backwards.
Safety prevents forest fires.
Smokey and the Bandit right here. Yep. This is Smokey and the Bandit channel now.
Look at that, man. We got you to 209 likes, Grim. What is going on here?
That's awesome. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, we got the ladies and gentlemen in there.
This is going to be my outside hat in the summer when I work on my gardens.
I like that comment. I just seen it too. I had to put it on the screen. That's an awesome comment.
Well, there you go. There you go, partner. There you go, failure to repair.
Oh, that was an awesome comment. I had to put it up on the screen.
I'm all the way here in Alaska, and you guys are trying to tell me what to wear.
Yep.
Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, my head gets hot every time I do one of these lives and I wear the hat.
I'm telling you, my head is already getting hot.
Yeah, I got a little bit of dirt on here from the dump truck. I was wearing it most of the day.
Well, did I tell you how I got this hat?
Oh, you told me, but you should tell everyone else in the last couple of minutes.
Oh, you want me to tell everyone? So my last deployment to Afghanistan, I had my soldiers were dispersed throughout like 5 different sites in Afghanistan. So my commander and myself, every month, we would go and visit every site to make sure that our soldiers were doing okay. So I went to this one site where I had 2 soldiers there. And when I was walking around with them, I saw an Australian officer there, and he was wearing a hat just like this, but with the Australian emblem right here. There was an emblem right there for Australia's army. I think it was their army. So when I saw that, I told one of my soldiers, I was like, man, that is such a cool hat, man. That is awesome. And towards the end of our deployment, when we were all getting back together as one unit to come back home, that one soldier that I was walking around with, and I said that, brought me this hat. And I'm like, where did you get that? I said, and she said, I got it from one of the Australian officers. You know, I told him that you really like the hat, so he took his emblem off and gave it to me. I'm like, that is awesome. So I've had this hat ever since. So I've had this hat for 10 years.
How often do you wear it? Do you wear it often?
Only on special occasions. Only on special occasions.
Oh, special occasions. So we got to try to get John over at Prepper Nation to get him one of these hats before we go live together.
Oh,
so,
there you go.
Yeah, we got to try. So everybody go over to the Prepper Nation. He's probably going live here in just a minute, and let him know he needs a hat for our live together. So that would be awesome. All right, I think we got to call it a night here because we're at 9 o'clock, and yeah, I have a bed calling my name. So it's been a lot of fun. Has everybody had fun?
Thank you.
Give us a thumbs up again if you've had fun, because we need some more. Look at that. It says 222 now.
That's awesome. Hey, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining in today, and thank you for having me, Grim. I had a lot of fun. Yeah, and I think I'm gonna be. I think tomorrow's Wednesday, right?
Yeah. Tomorrow's Wednesday.
So I think I go live tomorrow at 3 p.m. Alaska time. So hope to see some of you guys there. You'll probably be working, Grim.
7 p.m. Eastern time at 3 p.m. Alaskan time, so I'll be home by then. So yeah, I'll be able to catch it. And even if I was working, I'd still listen to you on my phone while I was driving. So yeah, I always love.
All right, well, we're just gonna hang out. We're just gonna hang out. It's a Wednesday hangout, so we'll have a little bit of fun tomorrow, hanging out and doing a little bit of talking.
It'll be 7 p.m. Eastern time, so yeah, I'll definitely be there. I'll be in the chat somewhere in that big mess of chats that you have flying by at 10 million miles an hour where you can't never see everybody.
Oh no, you know what? I learned how to slow it down to where the community members can do one every 30 seconds, which is really nice because it allows me to get most of the questions. So that's nice to be able to do that. So all right, man. Hey, I guess we'll see you guys tomorrow. Again, thank you very much for joining in, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a blast.
It has been fun. I'm going to go ahead and end it now. Thank you for coming. See you next time.
All right. Have a blessed night. God bless you guys.